Along the route south from Damascus we see deserted villages and towns, many of the buildings flattened by airstrikes. The next fight in the Syrian conflict may be in the rural agricultural provinces in the far south of the country. A slither of land skirting the Israeli and Jordanian borders is still held by rebel groups, and its proximity to an old foe also makes it a potential geopolitical flashpoint. Israel has carried out numerous airstrikes throughout the Syrian war, attacking what it claims are Iranian targets. Syria, however, insists there are no Iranian forces in the country, only advisors. Checkpoints line the road to the city. Image. Checkpoints line the road to Daraa, a sign of Damacus's extension of control. Israel has now reportedly done a deal with Russia that will allow the Syrian army to retake the border area, providing it does so without Iranian assistance. Darkest day in history as Syria begins UN disarmament. Numerous checkpoints on the way show how the Syrian regime is consolidating its hold over the country. But this area is extremely sensitive, and our government minders would only take us as far as the city of Daraa. We were expecting access to the front lines, but what we got was a good view of the main high street. The city is on the road through Syria to Jordan. Image. The city is in a once hotly contested area on the road through Syria to Jordan. We could film the shoppers buying food for when they break their fast. It is the holy month of Ramadan. As Assad retakes Damascus district, residents find it destroyed. Daraa is also known as the cradle of the revolution. It's the city where the uprising started in 2011, but everybody I spoke to told me the same thing. There were no spontaneous protests, they claim. It was all fomented by outside powers, mainly Israel and the United States. The uprising against President Assad was nothing more than a gambit to achieve regime change and steal to Syria's money and oil. Residents shopped for food in the town center of Daraa. Image. Everyone Sky News spoke to in Daraa could not remember any of 2011's protests. This is the Syrian government narrative, and perhaps, unsurprisingly, it is the accepted version of events everywhere we go. People believe the regime is locked in a war against terrorists funded by the West. There's no doubt that the Syrian president is winning this, the latest area to be conquered after Damascus was brought under full government control. But much of the state Mr. Assad now presides over is in bits, and many of his people are homeless or refugees. For now, however, he is secure, safe in the embrace of his strong friends, namely Russia. Syrians in Damascus return to their shattered homes. He is also confident, even threatening to retake the east of the country from US-backed Kurdish fighters by force if he has to. The main urban centers are now entirely under regime command. More from Syria. Bashar al-Assad goes old school in response to Trump's animal insult. As Assad retakes Damascus district, residents find it destroyed. Darkest day in history as Syria begins UN disarmament presidency. Syrian government says Damascus and surrounds free from militants. Syrian President Assad tells Putin, door open to political processes. Syria air defenses bring down Israeli missiles. In Aleppo it has already started rebuilding the city's Grand Mosque. Each ancient stone has a number. The destroyed building is a giant jigsaw puzzle. But piecing together the rest of this shattered country will be much more complicated.